Well, hello again. It's great to be back with you, our Life Point family and friends, others that are tuning in today. And I guess it's not too early to say Merry Christmas now that Thanksgiving's behind us. And what a year it's been, huh? But as we look at the Bible Engagement Project, thank you for all of you that are engaged in that. So important to building our faith and strengthening us. But I want to just review today the life of Moses, and the greatest leader in the Bible except for Jesus, and what a lot we can learn from him. And I want to just take a reading today out of Exodus 3:7-10. The Lord said, "I have indeed seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I've heard them crying out because of their slave drivers, and I'm concerned about their suffering. So I've come down to rescue them from the hand of the Egyptians and to bring them up and out of that land into a good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey, the home of the Canaanites, Hittites, Ammonites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. And now the cry of the Israelites has reached me, and I have seen the way the Egyptians are oppressing them. So now go, I'm sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt." I just want to share with you today just some beautiful principles in this story and in the life of Moses. And that is that God's reminding Moses that an important part of his plan is the destination. And I think too often in the busyness of our lives, we forget the destination of who we are and what we are about. And he said that God has prepared for them a land flowing with milk and honey. I think milk speaks of the basics of life. Honey speaks of the favor of God and the extras that he does for us. A place and a promise to look forward to. And as Christians, we have a lot to look forward to. I was thinking of a statement that I heard years ago, but this is not as good as it gets. The best is yet ahead for God's people. And if you'll forgive me just a little bit of humor, but this is a true story. An older lady had called her pastor and said, could you come and see me? And he said, yes. He went by her house and she said, they've told me that I don't have long to live. And so I'd like to talk to you about my funeral arrangements, but I would ask you to do something special. Please make sure that the casket is open and there's a fork in my hand. And he looked at her rather puzzled. And she said, I know it sounds silly, but she said, I've been in church all my life. I've been to hundreds of potlucks and dinners. And every time they say, keep your fork when they're cleaning up the dinner dishes, I know that means the best is yet ahead. And she said, I want everyone to know that the best is yet ahead for me. And that's the truth. And so I wonder how much time we spend each day thinking about the fact that we're on a destination. God has a plan and a place for us that's absolutely unbelievably beautiful. And we read also in Revelation, I love this scripture, 21:3-5. This is talking about the place and the destination. I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, look, God's dwelling place is now among the people, and he will be with them. They will be his people. God himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. And he was seated on the throne, said, I'm making everything new. Then he said, write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true. So my dear friends, just to think about all of the goodness of God and all the things that are ahead and all the blessings that he gives us in everyday life, I think is a great lesson from the life of Moses. I want to close with a story. This older couple that had served most of their life in a foreign mission field were coming back to America. This is some time ago. But they were coming back by ship, and after days and days crossing the Atlantic, as they came into harbor, they were standing on the deck like so many people looking out, and they noticed there were people down there celebrating and waving flags for a movie star that was on board, and there was a celebrity and a politician. And this older gentleman looked at his wife and he says, there's no welcome home for us. And she slipped her arm around his waist and said, honey, we're not home yet. Beloved, we're not home yet. And when we get there, it's going to be awesome. In the meantime, let's enjoy the journey and rejoice in the hope that we have, because this is not as good as it gets. for the believers in Jesus Christ. God bless you.